All right, guys. So it's been an eventful Friday to say the least. Cheers to that. Oh man, we have a lot to break down from SoFi stock, which by the way it fell to 1850 today, to what the heck's going on with tariffs. Right, the Supreme Court shot down half the tariffs this morning, 6-3. We all talked about that. You all know about it. And just now, literally an hour ago, President Donald Trump retaliated, quote unquote, right? Or maybe no quote unquote. He slapped an additional 10% global tariff, right, through Section 122, I believe, which we'll cover that in this video and go over the breaking news. And we're going to go over again SoFi, the charts, overall the indices, what happened today. And again, it was a crazy day. So guys, all I ask is if you find value, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. We're on the road to 100,000 subs and followers, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, right? I appreciate all of you for tuning in. As always, hit that subscribe button. Let's do it. So SoFi ended up having a 1.5% red day in the midst of a green day for the stock market. Stocks had a very good day. The Dow went up about 230 points, 0.5%. The S&P 0.75% up. The Qs went up 0.9, and it looks like here the Russell pretty much broke even as Bitcoin had a 1% green day, gold 2.5%, and silver, my goodness guys, 8.3% green day. Silver is really starting to move here, probably because of the geopolitical tensions, the uncertainty going on in the Middle East right now. That's causing metals to catch some, catch a little run. Same with oil, or at least it was, over the last couple of days. Today it broke even pretty much, but oil is at multi-month highs. And I'm noticing it at the pump, guys. It's like what, $3 a gallon almost again here in Jersey, or maybe like 280, 290, whatever the heck it is. Either way, whatever. It was a good day, right? Stocks had a great day. And again, the tariffs, we'll talk about that in a second. But first, let me show you what's going on with SoFi. It is breaking down, guys, which we've been talking about for a while here. On the 20-day chart, you're going to see we got down, or maybe on the 5-day, we got down at 1852 today. Literally, we tested the low on a dot, right? Or we bounced off of it, on a dime pretty much, but we tested it. 1850 was the low from earlier this month. About 2 weeks ago, 15 days ago, we hit that on the 5th of February, and then we saw a nice rally off that point at that time, but now we hit it, 1850. We got a nice rally this time as well, but it's still on a downtrend, guys, and at this point, we're squeezing deeper and deeper into that descending triangle. It only has one more way to go down, at this point with the way things are looking. And I think we're going to 17 a share. I said it before. I'll say it again. You guys might be sick of me saying this by now, but I really think we're going a little lower here before we go higher. Like I've said, bearish in the short term, bullish long term. I know it's a crazy concept, but it's possible, right? And that's my stance on SoFi. It has been, and we've been right this whole time pretty much. And it's not guaranteed to fall under 1850. For all we know, maybe we bottomed right now, but I just don't think so. I think we have another leg down to go, one more good leg down, and that could be where we bottom, whether it's at 17, whether it's a nasty leg down, it gets to 15, who knows. But I think 17 is where we'll find support in the short term, and we'll go from there. So let me go over now these tariffs, what's going on. Section 122, which I think we covered a little bit in the previous video from today, but I'll cover it again. We'll talk a little bit more about it. So this is it right here. Trump says he'll enact a 10% global tariff by executive order. And coming down a little bit, we'll read, and this comes after, again, this morning, where the Supreme Court struck down his global tariffs, not all of them, but the ones that he enacted through, what the heck's that acronym, IEEPA or something like that, whatever it is. Either way, they struck those down in a 6-3 decision, handing him a stinging loss, this article says, right? And he put 10% global tariffs through Section 122 now, which is a law that restricts them to 150 days. And I'm sure you guys saw the video, his whatever you want to call it, his press release, press conference. We're not going to play that now, but he was talking about how he's ashamed of the justices, yada, 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 deeply disappointing. Forget about all, the back and forth. We want to know what is going on, the facts, right? And at this point, Section 122 is being used, which Section 122 of the Trade Act, you guys can see, of 1974, authorizes the U.S. president to impose temporary uniform import restrictions, including tariffs, of up to 15%, or quotas for up to 150 days to address large and serious balance of payments deficits. Hence the 10%, right? That's up to 15%. So that fits with what he's doing. And again, this is up to 150 days, and it acts as a rapid response tool requiring no formal investigation. So these laws, they're very detailed, right? And there's so many of them. There's so many loopholes, and that's the detail right there. It acts as a rapid response tool requiring no formal investigation, right? So essentially, boom, 10% tariffs like that. And I'm not sure if that's exactly how it works. Obviously, I'm not a legal expert here in tariff law, but that's how the cookie crumbles, guys. Sometimes, right? The you got to read the fine lines in these laws and all this stuff, and there's loopholes. So we can see here, the purpose of Section 122 is to address urgent short-term international financial instability or severe trade deficits. It enables the president to impose import surcharges up to 15%, like I said, and it measures the duration. Measures are temporary, lasting a maximum of 150 days unless an extension period is approved by Congress, which that's not going to happen, right? So yeah, at this point, this is what's going on. And over the weekend, God knows what's going to happen, in the Middle East with more uncertainty there, right? The global geopolitical tensions at this point. Crazy times. But the market had a decent green day on the plus side here, going back over to this. And we didn't see, look, we saw a lot of choppiness, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't a crazy volatile day when it comes to the indices. SPY had a nice day. We chopped around a little bit in the morning, right? And then we closed on a nice upswing, have an ascending triangle, actually, that's starting to break out here on SPY on the intraday. I'm loving that. And on the Qs, you guys are seeing same thing, nice push in the morning, some choppiness intraday, but then we ran into close. And at this point, guys, we're starting to see a nice reversal. We're getting there, not fully, but the Qs are starting to push the moving averages right now, starting to break through the wedge here slowly but surely. And we're noticing that on SPY. Let me pull it up. Yeah, not fully yet, obviously, but we're getting there. So, but again, with with geopolitical tensions, everything going on, I'm being cautious. I have cash on the sidelines. Yes, I'm still dollar cost averaging in retirement and long-term funds, obviously. Trading wise, short-term stuff, I'm being very cautious. Am I selling a bunch of options? Well, it depends on the selling side, but am I buying a bunch of making a bunch of trades right now, buying shares here and there for short-term stuff? Not right now. At least during over the weekend. Holding over the weekend in this environment is it's a tough one. What do you guys think? But very good day across the board. And look at AG go. On a side note, we called this thing out yesterday. Oh, man, I love it. We called it out, I think, on Patreon, on Discord. We mentioned it on YouTube as well, I think a couple days ago. But, man, we nailed this thing out. We nailed it out on this one. This thing ripped from 25 post earnings. Cup and handle played out. We filled the gap all the way to 28, 11% green day. And it helps that silver is going bananas today. Like we said in the intro, it's up over 8%. So silver stocks are doing well. First Majestic's up. It looks like Open Doors doing well. Coherent, Google, man, what a day for big tech, by the way. Amazon 2.5%. Looks like here Google 3.75% in the green, which both of those are holdings of mine. It looks like Micron, which we traded that thing and went up another 2.5% today. Micron's looking great. I think, honestly, we could be breaking out soon again on Micron. It kind of looks like it wants to. We have an inverse head and shoulders, cup and handle here on Micron. It looks like mid 400s, man. We might be seeing those numbers again, maybe even higher. You know, I think I got a comment today about SanDisk. SanDisk, it looks good, believe it or not, even though it's up hundreds, whatever percent. The chart looks good. We have a cup and handle. If this thing takes out, let's say 650, which we're right there, we had a 4.5% green day today. If SanDisk takes out 450, 460, $700 plus is going to come like that, in my opinion. Cup and handle plays out. We might be playing out, breaking out from that point. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to wrap it up here. Make sure to subscribe. Hit that follow button for more content. I appreciate you all for tuning in. And if you want to check out the Patreon, feel free. I post my actual portfolio updates on there, trades I'm making, investments. There's a private Discord. We do portfolio breakdowns every week in the beginning of the week, end of the week. So check it out. Link down below, pinned in the comments as well, or go to stocksurfs.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you all in the next video.